I'd like to turn it over to Chief Horn.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing us to swear in our newest supervisors and also our newest officer tonight. Last month, we came before the council and you issued a proclamation for Police Week, which falls during the week of May 15th each year. As mentioned during that proclamation, it is a time to honor those that have fallen in the line of duty the previous year. Tonight, I want to recognize 4 of our officers that were promoted at the beginning of the year to the rank of Corporal. Corporal is a new rank for the Bainbridge Island Police Department starting this year. Corporal is a first-level supervisor and is a civil service appointment, which is different than our previous rank, which was held at BIPD, called a relief supervisor. Our department has 4 shifts with only 2 sergeants who supervise those shifts. Corporals are assigned to each shift, and supervise in those gaps when our sergeants aren't working. The process to promote the officers started over a year ago with 8 officers. At that time, then Chief Matthew Hamner stated, "This will be one of the hardest decisions I ever have to make." The issue wasn't so much that any of the candidates weren't worthy, it was that he has to make the selection. That would have made the selection easy. The hard part was they were all well qualified. Any of the 8 who applied could have been selected. That bodes well for the department as we go forward and tells of the quality of your officers. Each applicant we were required to go through a series of interviews and an in-basket exercise. The following were selected for the rank of corporal in alphabetical order. If you'll please just come out to the middle here when I call your name. The first one, Officer Joe Festaya. He was born and raised in Florida. Corporal Festaya attended the University of Florida, earned the Bachelor of Arts in 2007 and a Juris Doctorate in 2010. After college, he worked at a law firm and an insurance company before joining the U.S. Border Patrol in 2013, where he most recently was stationed in Texas. And in February of 2017, Joe was hired to be a police officer with the Bainbridge Island Police Department and was promoted to corporal in January of this year. Joe, his wife, and their boxer Octavia are thrilled to call the Puget Sound area their home. He had to put a canine reference in there, didn't he? He just had to. Corporal Gary Kuhn. Gary Kuhn was hired by the Bainbridge Island Police Department as an entry-level patrol officer in 2012 after serving time in the military. Some of Gary's collateral duties include boat operator, motorcycle operator, and field training officer. Married for 14 years, Gary and his wife have 2 children and live on the island. His hobbies include sailing and motorcycle riding. Corporal Cameron Lewis. Cameron Lewis joined the BIPD in March of 2015. He is a native of Wenatchee. Cameron also knew he wanted to help people. He always knew he wanted to help people, but wasn't sure what career to choose until he took some classes of law and justice at Central Washington University. Immediately, he found this passion, graduating with a BA in criminal justice and psychology. He met with many agencies at a law enforcement fair in Pasco, but felt a special affinity for BIPD after a conversation with one of our recruiters, Mo Stitch, at the time. He explained many agencies strive toward community-oriented policing, but Bainbridge Island felt like the perfect fit. Cameron enjoys hiking, lifting, weightlifting, biking, fishing, hunting, and gaming. Corporal William Shields. William Shields joined the BIPD in February of 2015. Born on Whidbey Island, Shields started policing in Idaho with the Moscow Police Department in 2006. In Moscow, he served for 9 years as a patrol officer, campus community police liaison, and detective. Shields earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice and criminology from Portland State University and went on to earn his master's degree in public administration from the University of Idaho. He also served as chief of police for Uniontown, Washington, while still working full-time as an officer with the Moscow PD. Bill is married to his wife, Heidi Shields, and here on Bainbridge Island. He was married in 2015, and they welcomed their son, Logan Michael Shields, who's also here tonight, in December of 2015. He spends his free time in the company of family and friends. Judge, if I could get you to...
I'm going to administer the oath of office, and I will invite family members to come up at the end to get a photo opportunity. But before we do that, I will ask each of you to please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I am a citizen of the United States and the state of Washington. That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Washington. and will, to the best of my judgment, diligently, impartially, honestly, and truthfully, perform the duties of a police corporal in and for the city of Bainbridge Island, Washington, as such duties are prescribed by law, and will abide by the Code of Ethics adopted by the Bainbridge Island Police Department. So help me God. Congratulations. Are there family members that like to come up and get a photo opportunity as well? Have you coached them to stay seated? All right. Thank you, Corporals. Oh, here we go. There they are. There they are. All right, thank you.
I want to talk about our newest officer to the police department now also, is Officer Whitney. Go ahead and bring her out. BIPD's newest officer, K9 Whitney, is a bloodhound raised and trained by the Cody Snodgrass Memorial Foundation, 839 K9's Deputy Dogs. The Deputy Dogs Foundation is dedicated to the memory of Deputy Cody Snodgrass, a K9 handler in Lake County, Florida, tragically killed in a traffic collision 2 weeks shy of his 25th birthday in 2001. Funded primarily by sponsors, fundraisers, donation, and volunteers, the organization is committed to saving lives by providing law enforcement with exceptional bloodhounds trained for scent discriminating police work and by training their handlers as well, which creates an effective team that can locate missing persons, disoriented seniors, suspects hiding from police, and assist in many other kinds of criminal cases. The organization has proudly placed over 250 trained bloodhounds with law enforcement since 2001. K9 Officer Whitney was born May 5th, 2018, and is just over a year old. Officer Whitney's handler is Officer Kurt Inget, who's here. We're also honored tonight to have with us Stearns County, Minnesota Deputy Sheriff Eric Schultz, who has trained Whitney from the beginning. He's in town for the swearing in tonight. And he's been here for a few days helping Officer Inget train with Whitney. The foundation, again, is called 832 K9 Deputy Dogs. It can be found at deputydogs.org. 832 was Officer Cody Snodgrass' badge number. If you knew or if you didn't know, our department is on an 800 series. For example, my unit number is 800. Officer Inget's number is 824. Officer Whitney was given badge number 832 in honor of Cody Snodgrass. I'm told also that Officer Snodgrass' mom and dad, Angie and Duke, are maybe watching from home in Florida, and we want to say thank you to them. Thank you. Judge, if you'll come and swear.
All right, so please raise your right hand. And Whitney, if you can raise your right paw, that would be amazing, but I won't count on it. Please repeat after me. I, Officer Kurt Inget, speaking for K9 Whitney, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Washington, If you need to put your right hand down, that's fine. And will, to the best of my ability, perform the duties of a canine police officer in and for the city of Bainbridge Island, Washington. In and for the city of Bainbridge Island, Washington. As such duties are prescribed by law. So help me God. Congratulations. Now I know, do you have anybody here that you want to have a photo opportunity with?
My wife and Eric, I'd like to come up. So Eric is the one who trained Whitney. So I went got her last
Thank you all for coming out for this tonight, and thank you. Thank you. I apologize, I did not introduce the Girl Scouts to come up and take a picture with Whitney as well.
Thanks, Chief.
So my name is Kari Murphy, and I am the Regional Program Manager for Girl Scouts of Western Washington and a longtime Bainbridge Islander living on Klickitat Place. As a 20-year member of the service unit that serves Bainbridge Island, it just seemed like a logical thing to do was to welcome our newest female officer and to make her an honorary Girl Scout. So I will read our proclamation, and girls, when it comes to the Girl Scout law, will you please raise your hands as we normally do in our meetings? So, honorary Girl Scout membership is conferred upon Canine Officer Whitney of the Bainbridge Island Police Department and her human, Officer Kurt Engett. So Officer Engett is going to get her pin, and Whitney's going to get a scarf for her uniform. By the Girl Scouts of Bainbridge Island on this 14th day of May 2019. Now, girls, would you please raise your hands so we can swear our new Girl Scout member in? I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. Welcome, Officer Whitney. I would also like to say that we have been working very strongly with Officer Carla Sias as the resource officer, and she and I are going to be creating a Girl Scout program called Officer Whitney's Watchdogs to get our girls more involved in the police department and careers for women in the police department.
Chief Horn, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, everyone, the swearing in is done. I hope you enjoyed that. Is Whitney available for rubs outside there?
I believe she will.
Okay, all right.